Hello and welcome back to the renovation series. We're officially 6 months into renovating now, and it's time to get this living room completely finished. The first thing I got to do is install the skirting boards. Now, when I fit skirting upstairs, I put wall plugs into the wall and then I use screws to pull the skirting as tight to the wall as possible. I did that because the walls were super uneven thanks to my plastering, and there was a massive gap between the floor and the plaster, so it meant I could pull the skirting in nice and tight and have control over that sort of compression. In this room, the walls have been done professionally and they're so much flatter that I think I'm going to try a different method. I'm going to use grab adhesive, a nail gun, and some 18 gauge 30mm nails. The plan is to cover the back of the skirting board in grab adhesive, press it up against the wall, and then just nail it in, and the nails are meant to just basically hold the skirting in place while the grab adhesive dries. It's a very common way of doing it, especially with new builds and stud walls, and I think these walls are flat enough that I can get away with it, but let's find out. As you can see, there's some pretty serious bowing in the floor of this room. It actually feels fine when you're walking on it, but to make this skirting fit flush, I scribed the curve of the floor onto the skirting and then cut it using the jigsaw. The new technique using the nail gun worked a treat, and it was way easier than the method I was using in the bedroom in a previous episode. For the internal corner with the next piece, I did a scribe cut, and it was quickly becoming apparent that all the pieces of skirting were going to need some serious work to make them level. I spent the day fitting the rest of the skirting. And now it's time to paint. But first, I need to update you on the damp situation in the bedroom. Now, if you've watched the rest of the series, you'll know that a few weeks back, I tried to fix this damp situation by plugging a few holes in the roof with some sand and cement. I waited for a couple of weeks after that, and it didn't really dry out. It didn't really get much worse. And then I just thought, okay, let's just get the professionals in to do what they do best. I've got metal coping covers on the coping stones on both parapet walls on the front half of the house. Obviously, this still looks pretty damp. My thinking is that the wall behind this plaster has been absorbing water for so long, because we have no idea how long that crack's been there and how long water's getting in for, that the water is still just trying to come out of this wall. And I've been up into the attic while it's raining and I can't see any water coming in. I can't see any other places that water could be coming in. I've got no heating in the house and the humidity was really high from having all the other plaster done. And this is the top spot in the house, so it's most likely to have condensation. Basically, everything is working against me to try and get this fixed. I think I've fixed the cause. I just need to let it dry out, which ChatGPT says can take months. So that's sort of the end of the story. So back to the living room. You'd usually do a mist coat over fresh plaster, which is a coat of watered down white paint. I actually have some plaster sealer spare, so I used it all over the room so that the plaster doesn't just soak up all the paint. I used 2 coats of the Dulux Timeless white paint on the ceiling late at night and masked up all of the skirting and protected the floors. After having a minor panic attack that I'd ordered the wrong colour of paint. That looks way lighter than what's on the wall. Fuck, have I ordered the wrong one? No, I swear that's... Mate, that is like a completely different colour. Right, is that me or is that like... I guess maybe it does dry the right colour. Well, we're painting it that colour anyway. Oh, okay, it is the right colour. Panic not. That makes sense because when I first did the tester, I hated the colour, and then once it dried, I actually quite liked it. So I will shut up. I cracked on with painting the walls. If you're new here and enjoying this sort of content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's completely free and it really helps me out. I've been documenting the whole renovation process from the start, so be sure to check out the series on my channel. Thanks. This room is now like 99% done and I am super happy with how it turned out. I love the green, I love the fireplace, the floor looks good. Now I just need to furnish it, but I'm not gonna do it like all at once. I'm gonna like slowly gain more and more furniture because I just want to take my time with it. I've ordered the blinds. I'm just gonna get some like wooden slat blinds. I'd love to build some like inbuilt cupboards and shelves in these alcoves, but I think that will be a job for when I've finished. I think that should be a job for at least after I have a kitchen and a proper bathroom. Maybe in the future I'll do that. And let me know if you've got any ideas of what sort of stuff I should put in this room. I'll put up a little picture now of like my kind of inspo where I think it's going. Now that we're all done in here, I need to quickly turn my attention to the dining room because tomorrow the plasterer is coming to plaster the dining room. Now you guys haven't really seen much in here because I haven't done anything in here aside from rip down some wall and strip wallpaper. So basically I've got loads to do before 6:45 tomorrow morning. I need to, right, what do I need to do? I need to rip off all the skirting, I need to block up the fireplace, I need to plasterboard that little bit of jagged wall, I need to get rid of all the little bits of wallpaper that's still on the wall, I need to pull out all of the little plugs and like bits of plastic that are in the wall, I need to paint all of those bricks in waterproof tanking, and I've got to paint the whole room in blue grit, and I've got one day. Because he was meant to be coming on Wednesday and he's actually coming tomorrow. So let's have a panic attack. So job one is just removing all of these completely redundant electrical boxes, and there's loads of wall plugs all over the gaff because the guy absolutely bloody loved shelves that lived here before me. So let's pull everything off the walls basically. Oh, come on. One down. 900 to go. Two down. Right. Oh, the cable that runs through the wall. Come on. Please detach. Oh, you bastard. Come on. Come on, there we go. Three down. I don't really know what that's for. It might have been, there's a light outside. It could have been for that. Right, none of these are even as fucking attached. He's cutting. The thing with demolition is I always end up burying my tools. Right, you're off. You're off, you're off, you're off. Okay. What is next? I don't know how well you can see this, but there are 3, 6, 9, 12 wall plugs just in this tiny section of wall. So this is going to be an absolute dream. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Oh, you prick. Come out. Yoink. Yoink. It's testament to how good wall plugs are. Yeah, bitch to get out. Oh, just come out, you twat. And yeah, done. Get all the leftover wallpaper off. You'd think 6 months into a renovation and I'd probably have all the wallpaper off by now. The plasterer said he'd dot and dab plasterboard to this section of the wall, so I need to make sure it's as straight and as flat as possible. I used the angle grinder to basically just create a load of dust, but I created these little channels in the bricks so that I could then break them apart with a bolster chisel. After doing all these little bits of prep, I'd made quite a big mess, so I cleared that up and then got on with the next job. Okay, all of that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Next job is the tanking, so I need to mix this with some water and then paint it all over these bricks. I am tired. Oh, I'm gonna go and get a Red Bull. After I purchased some wings in a can, I realised that I needed to prep the walls before I painted them, which basically just meant I needed to go around with a bolster chisel and chip off any high spots. I then mixed up the tanking and got to work painting it on the walls. Now that's done, it is time to blue grit the rest of this room. I'm gonna leave boarding this up and boarding that wall up till tomorrow because my plasterer said he can just help me out with it because he's obviously coming a day early, so it's kind of his fault. So let's blue grit. I hate doing this job because you get sand and blue paint all over you, which is class. Brilliant. Now that all the blue grit's done, it's time to hand it over to the plasterer. Tune in next week to see what it looks like and see what else I get up to. Bye for now.